Hello adorables, welcome to my channel everyone. So today I'm going to try whip and chat. So this one came from Temu. It's a 30 by 30 and I'm going to try to make the Chihuahua black. I don't know if I'll be able to do this. I'm going to try. I'm going to get his colors like this grayish that's up in here. And I think if I bring that down here, so that part, this looks like the lighting. And then when it comes over in here, then make that black. I don't know. I want to try. If I can't do it, then I'll be like, whoops, no. But might as well get these. There's not many of them needed. A little bit of color on here. So I hope everybody's doing good today. I thought I unsubscribed to some channels, and it turns out I didn't. Okay, so I wanted to end Netflix and Hulu was attached to Disney. But I clicked on to Disney last night, and it came up. And I'm like, what? Because there's that movie, Inside Out 2, and I wanted to see that. So I started it last night, but I fell asleep. I knew I would. I think I've seen about 10 minutes worth. Okay, I'm gonna get bees. They're brown. Okay. Let me get this on the crease. Okay. So, I saw some stuff about Haitians. Oh my God. So, not far from here, I don't know, was it Katanning or something? I forget where it's at, like Aliquippa or... No, I forget where it's at. Okay, so there's a glass manufacturing plant, and I've been knowing they were going to close this factory for a while. And a lot of people had secure jobs. I mean, the plant's been open for like over 100 years or something like that. And it's going bust. So people who have kind of built their lives around this plant are going to get laid off. A couple thousand people. What are they going to do to get food? How are they going to pay their mortgage, their car payments? You know, it's going to ruin the town. It's going to affect the whole Mon Valley. Okay? What else are they dealing with? Well, there's some Haitian migrants. There's about 2,500 Haitian migrants there. I didn't know it until very recently. Didn't hear anything about it. Because, you know, the media doesn't work for us. It's not about us. It's about what they're told to show. what do the governing elite want us to see? So this one lady, she said that for 2 years her daughter's been out of school because there's no places in the school, even though she's lived there her whole life, taxpayer. But so many immigrants came, they gave 20 slots to the Haitian immigrant children, and her little daughter doesn't get shit. So they want her to stay out of school a second year. What? I thought that shit was mandated. Anyway, how would you feel if some migrants were shipped in? They didn't have to go through any proper agency. They're asked, when given an ID card and taken all their information, do you drive in your country? And if they say yes, they are instantaneously granted a United States driver's license for whatever state that they're in. You know the shit I had to go through to get mine? It was just crazy. I didn't have a lot of means at the time. But, I mean, I passed the first test too. But I had to do all that. I had to study that book. My son never got a driver's license. He thought he was too stupid because he had dyslexia. He thought he was too stupid to get a driver's license. And his wife just let him keep on thinking that instead of pushing him to do good and do better. But let's not talk about that. It's just an example of how people don't even know how to support each other anymore. They just want to scream. Everybody wants to scream because it's a hard reality to accept. And I walked out of it a long time ago. And maybe I'm dipping my toe in the water here a little bit. Because, you know, of everything that's going on, the last thing I want to worry about are my dogs being out in the yard. Might be somebody's sacrificial offering to some god, some heathen god. Might be food for somebody who just doesn't care. You see, in this country, we have things called food banks, and they might not have that there. They might not have anything, and they're left to eating a kitty mama for survival, and I can completely understand that shit for survival. But they don't have to do that here, and they are. I don't understand if you're sacrificing it in your voodoo. Now how you get to eat it too? It's like if you give it to... I don't know. Stop that. I don't want to know. Okay, this town, I wish I could think of the name. It's like right at the tip of my tongue. They put speed bumps in the alley last week because the Haitians don't know how to drive. They don't know the rules of the road, and they don't give a fuck, okay? So when you strap your child in a car and hit the interstate, hit any main road, you don't know who's traveling on that road. Good luck. Stay safe. Because as they were driving around this little town, little blue-collar town, they almost got in 2 different accidents. So fender bender kind, but it's enough that it could knock the engine block off its mounts or something. You know what I mean? You could total your car very easily. You don't have to be going 100 miles an hour to do that. It could be parked and they could hit you and your car is gone. You know what I mean? So So they almost got into 2 little accidents. In the one car, you could tell he'd been in accidents. There was damage all over the car, especially the front end. There are vans. I don't know where people are living. I don't know how they're living, if there's big apartment buildings or anything, but this is like small town, right? And the people there, come on, Dobby, move, move, move. There's a meat packing plant. There's a couple, and it's like sausages, Bob Evans, stuff like that. This is where the Haitians work, and vans come, pick a dozen of them up at a time. They've got these big vans, and they just load them all in there, and they take them to work. See, I'm not in a position where I have a job. I have to worry. I'm on disability, and I put in my time. Trust me, I work like a man. I didn't do up there. Okay, stop it, stop it. Okay, do this top part. Back in the day, I definitely worked my share. Okay, but I can't work anymore, so it's not really an immediate problem of mine. But I'm kind of the exception to the rule, and most people, they still have to work. I wish I could work, because this little bit of money that I get, what do? I just sit here and maybe I get the Temu package or something, and it's like, yay! That's my freaking life. I don't like it. Anyway. How would you feel if the jobs weren't going to the people in your town? Like, you've lived there for so long, and you've been paying your taxes and doing all right, and you buy your car, and you got your home. All of a sudden, you can't pay the bills. You can't pay the bills, but the immigrants come, and they get these government checks, and they got their jobs, and, you know, they got their driver's license, and everything is good, and they're eating the animals, and, you know, there are deer. There's an excess of deer around here, but they're not trying to go out there and catch some deer. You know, they want to eat your pet, you know, because they don't give a fuck. They have animal sacrifices in their country all the time. They gotta sacrifice your cat to their god. Their kids want to eat your cat. And this is sick, because I'm an American. Because I didn't have to grow up with the hardships that they have grown up with, but, you know, people are different. Cultures are different. I don't vote. I don't intend to vote. I don't support this narrative. But if I did, I certainly wouldn't be voting for Kamala Harris. Because, you know, all I'm seeing on TV from her, she's letting people go. She's bringing the people into the country. She's getting them out of jail. And then once she puts them in a special program for work, and the next thing you know, the person is 86 and a guy and his daughter, and a 5-year-old is getting RAPED. A 5-year-old. You know, and these gruesome crimes, they do exist, whether migrants are here or not, but it's just an added bit to piss you off and to put you in a state of fear of where this country is going, because they're coming over in full force. And the one chick, she's on there, said, this doesn't feel like immigration, this feels like an invasion. You know why? Because it is. Don't wait for your government to tell you any different. Are you 2-bit? No, you're not. So see it for what it is and accept that you have the intelligence to figure that out. Trust yourself. And so they brew hate in this country. And this is all we needed, right? Open borders. Just let them come in. Just fuck up the show. Because the world's going to be something different real soon. Okay, the American dream is gone. It has been gone. If it ever was really true and existed in the first place. Maybe you fell into some kind of psychosis where you really believed it and you lived it. And wow, it's awesome. Well, your bubble's getting burst, Alice. You know, because it's an illusion. And when you come down, when that glass shatters, when your reality falls apart and you see things for how they really are, it's going to be traumatizing. So, another thing about Kamala Harris. In the United States, we do things a little bit different than the rest of the world. Abortion is promoted here. You've got a choice, a choice, a choice. Put that in your head from childhood. You've got a choice. You can decide. It's like if this was back in the day, I would say that King Herod invented abortion. Because it feels like they were looking for the one, and they tricked the Americans. Abort your children, and everybody, well, not everybody, but a lot of people, they had their abortion. They had multiple, and some women it's very hard to deal with. I can imagine. I would never choose that, but I don't know. Like, what if it's incest? An issue there. You gotta do something you don't want to do. And I understand that, and that should always be legal. You know, yeah. But just because you feel like it, I don't think so. I don't think it should be legal. You should go somewhere and keep it a freaking secret, man. That's what you should do. Don't tell the world about it. It's, because it's awful. People don't need to hear that shit. You don't want to influence somebody else to do that, do you? What the fuck? Anyway. Then all the DNA matter, the biomatter, it went to science. Companies bought it. Planned Parenthood sold it to them. Like PepsiCo. PepsiCo was putting human fetus cells in their products. They were putting it in orange juice. They were putting it in Mountain Dew. That makes me sick. I still drink Mountain Dew. I don't know why. You'd think it would be enough to make me boycott it, but I'm just as sick and screwed up as everybody else around here. Eating things we shouldn't. Living like we shouldn't. Caring about things we shouldn't. And not caring about the things we should. So yeah, I picture it like King Herod. He wanted the Christ child dead. So he sent his man to 86 him. So it seems like in this day and age, they were looking for something. They got the DNA of so many people through that Ancestry.com and stuff like that. I never gave mine up. Not willingly, anyway. looking for something. There was a trilogy series called Ascension, and there was this ship, and they took a lot of people back in the day, and they told them they were going to another planet. So they lived on the ship. The next generation was born, blah, blah, blah. They think they're flying through space. They weren't. They were underground. The guy had this reasoning that a special child would be born in time. Powerful child that could do things. And that's what he was looking for. So that child in the TV show was born. She was special. And then I forget because it's been so long since I've seen it. I don't know what happened. But that she was actually the whole point of the guy's experiment with all those people. Everything that was done, it was all about finding that one child. Creating her. Like we are all conscious energy. And we get recycled. And they're looking for the next Christ child. Anyway, okay, skip off of that. Skip off of that. Stop that. But that's how it is. Like Buddha gets reincarnated, right? Is it Buddha? And he remembers, because his energy is so pure, he remembers his previous lives. I don't know. I don't know how anybody can stand this country anymore. And there's people, you'll see them up on, well, now you've got the people, like Trump has his supporters. I don't know what the hell Kamala got, except a bunch of women thinking, I want a free abortion. If I want a free abortion, there's this commercial, and the lady's like, I remember where I was when I heard Roe versus Wade was overturned. I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry for you. It would be an awful thing to have to do, but to do it when you didn't have to, because you just thought life would be easier with that. Like, I couldn't deal with it. I mean, that's an individual person's decision. And for government to tell you that's what you have to do or not have to do, I get it. It's not really their place. But ain't that too bad? Ain't that too bad that you just can't go have free sex? And because that it's not supposed to be like that either. You're not supposed to sleep around with everybody and their mother, you know. But casual sex is a thing here in the United States because the TV says so. Americans get influenced in some very bad ways. And they don't believe they're being brainwashed. They don't think the TV has anything to do with society at all. But it really does. Because if I wasn't watching TV, I wouldn't know any of this stuff. And I wouldn't be talking about this stuff. Well, that's my opinion. If you have different opinions, that's fine. We're allowed to disagree on stuff like that. But you don't have to hate me for my opinion, you know? It's just the way I think. I'm not judging anybody that does it. I mean, I have an overall opinion of it and thoughts about it, but I don't blame people for their decisions. Like, how the hell are you responsible for your decision when you've been put all this information in your head that is okay to do? It's okay, it's okay, it's okay. It's like a crackhead. It's okay. It's okay. Just do it. Just smoke it. Just do it. You know, because then once you do it, you're going to want more, and then they can share all your money, and they get some of that. You know, so people will manipulate you into doing things so that they benefit from it. And science definitely benefited from a nation aborting their children. All that biological material. So I would hate to think, like, if I did something like that, I would hate to think about where that DNA is, whether they just took the code and reproduced the code and inserted it in this and that. It's like, that's your child's code, and they're gonna put it in a freaking beverage. For what? A flavor enhancer. What the fuck? Okay, so stop. Sick. Being influenced by some evil fuckers. This is a pretty bad whipping chat, I'll tell you that. Nobody wants to hear this stuff. Nobody wants to listen. I don't know why. I mean, because what am I doing here? You know, I'm just running my mouth. I don't think anybody wants to hear me. I don't think anybody wants to hear my opinions. I don't think voting matters at all. I think it's already been decided. The votes won't count, but they'll act like they count. As long as we uphold this illusion, it will continue to exist. If we continue to believe in our government as some kind of loving overseers. There's a commercial, and this lady, she's like, I don't believe Trump understands my community. Dumb bitch. I don't think your community understands Trump. You don't know where you are. We're not living in the American dream anymore, okay? The illusion is fading away, and people are waking up to realize this country is just like everybody else's country. And why the hell does a multi-billionaire running the show, or Kamala Harris? Oh, she comes from us. Whatever. I don't care where she came from. You can hear the lies. She's speaking, and you're like, that's a fucking lie. Check this out. I saw a video. It's Kamala Harris, and she's saying how There is no military in an active war zone at this time. That's never happened before. And then the camera goes off from the TV, pans a room of our military, our soldiers, our men and women laughing, saying, "Where the hell does she think we're at?" Secrets. She didn't count on them bursting her bubble. They were never supposed to hear that clip of her speech. All right, anything else on here? How long ago? 20 minutes? 30. Oh my God, I better shut up. I don't know, guys. Like, are any of my viewers voting? Like, if you're picking a side, which side are you going for? The one that's going to allow you to kill children before they're born? That's the only thing she got going for her, is the support of people who want abortion to remain illegal. Don't fall for that dumb shit. Well, it's all dumb shit. That's why I'm not voting. Like, done. Neither one of you are making any fucking sense. But Trump is making some sense. Whether he'll make changes or not, I don't know what the hell he'll do. Because does he actually have the power, or is he just a puppet? Because I think they're just puppets. You know, they're just doing what somebody above them is telling them to do, because it's, okay, there's the new world order is coming. There's going to be one government. So all these countries are working to get, well, except for North Korea. We understand on that, you know, and we've got some war going on in the Middle East, and that's going to hit home. You involved in Russia, it's like our weapons are being used. So they're going to look at us and say, well, you gave them all these weapons that your taxpayers paid for. So yes, that is you. That is you condoning this war. You're part of it. I was like, I don't want to be associated with that. This is why I don't vote, because I don't want to give my consent. Here, use my money like this. It's like, no, I'm not playing. I'm not playing. I don't want any part of it. That's how I feel. Because I think we should be doing things on a smaller scale, state by state, how it was meant to be, and then you got a federal government kind of managing all of that together, looking out for all of our best interests. But that's not how it's going down. It's like the federal government is dictating these freaking laws. It's like it should be done by state. We should be governed by state. It's too big. You know, and everything's falling apart. So much infrastructure. This is the city of bridges. Our bridges are bad. What's going to happen? Are we going to get like 24 new bridges all of a sudden? They're just going to go up. How are we going to get all these bridges repaired before they all fall down? I don't know. I walked across one when I was in high school. I walked across the what is that? It's near the West End Bridge. I walked across the West End Bridge, and there were whole square slabs of sidewalk that had fallen down into the river. And all you see is the rebar. And you had to run and jump over it. Then they closed the walkways. It's like, what the fuck does the road look like then? If that is what the sidewalk looks like, nobody's traveling on a sidewalk, you know? But you got these big trucks going across the bridge. What the fuck's that look like? Oh, they fixed that one. Oh, that was high school. But, I mean, it gets like that around here. There's another one like that. And where's our money going? Weapons. We are the war machine. That's like the agenda of this country, is to create the weapons, and what they're going to use them for. Each other, none of this makes sense. None of this makes sense. And I keep thinking, like, we hear about back in the day, all these different wars that went on. Magnificent wars. They were awful, but they were magnificent. They were epic wars. Because somebody wanted to conquer that country, that nation. What the people? What is the difference right now? That's still going on. There's still mad scientists on the loose. Like that shit. Don't forget about that. 2 years the country shut down. And how many people lost their businesses due to that shit. Okay? That's associated with Kamala and Biden. You think about that. Because they want to bring the country down. And I'm not saying it has anything to do with skin color, but it can't. It can't. It's the agenda. They want to put her in office and then make it look like it's because of skin color. It's because of gender. And those thoughts will go through people's minds. But it's not. And there are people like in Chicago. The gangs I'm concerned about, because it's not really the Haitians. They're scary, but it's like, I'll match you some scary. It's the Venezuelan gangs. That's what I'm concerned about. Where the frick are they going? Chicago. And you got the black gangs of Chicago. Somebody standing up saying, look, they're going to bring that up here. How long do you think this stuff's going to go before there is an all-out war? That the city will burn. And won't anybody be able to stop it? Who was it pushing for gun control? Let's go. I'm going to talk for a couple more minutes. Let's go back. There was an event. It was a bang bang event. And this kid, his dad made the Hunger Games, okay? And this kid gives his last manifesto video, and the lighting was just like in the Hunger Games. What, is that a coincidence? He just happened to be parked there and the light is just so perfect. Anyway, people noticed that shit. And they're like, what? So what this kid did, he went driving down the street. Bang, 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 the whole street. I don't know if he did himself in or somebody got him. Okay, but he died. The kid died, supposedly, right? So the first thing his father did was advocate for gun control. What the fuck are you talking about? Your son just died, and you're going to stand there and advocate gun control. This is a setup, right? So then me, along with many other people, we started analyzing some shit in the video footage, right? Well, there's this store, and they were showing the video of the store like right after it happened, immediately after it happened, before the police got there. What could you see in the store? Because its door got blown up by the bullets, right? What do we see there right inside the doorway of the store? A brand new door. How did the brand new door get ordered and delivered before the cops even showed up, right? Well, it couldn't. That doesn't make any sense. So what is the brand new door doing sitting right there? They were prepared for it. They knew what was going to happen. They already had the door there. It was part of the plan. You understand? Do you understand? Do you see? Do you understand? Okay. So, do you understand? It was a setup the whole time. It was all about the Hunger Games director making that statement for gun control. How many of you gave up your weapons and are wishing you had them now? Because you thought we could live in peace. We thought the world got to that point. And there are people saying, no, this is a scam. Stop it. Why are they telling us in America to do this? Our leaders, like it's because we were worried about the crimes going on amongst the criminal element in our cities. And so, you know, to create this, they pay the bad guys. They pay somebody to go do these bad things for the good people who want to manipulate the system. You know what I mean? For the power, not the good people, but the power that manipulates the system. That's how you control the crime. And that's what's being done here. So when you see these crimes and they're highlighted, you know, and then they're going to put a little piece of fluff in, maybe some Mr. Roger music playing nice and sweet after you learn about, you know, the cat that got eaten, and you hear about the fires that went down, and you hear about the shootings that happened, and they'll throw in some mass shooting from another state, and then they're going to fluff it up with, let's show you how to cook some of this grilled cheese sandwich, or some kind of happy stuff, or routine, like here's all this bad shit, here's back to normal, home cooking in a kitchen, we all do it, here's a party happening on the weekends, gonna be great, everybody's gonna get together, here's some more bad shit, look at all this bad shit, but then calm down, back to normal, everything's okay, go cook in your kitchen, make some grilled cheese. That's psychological warfare. It is, to make you seem like it's okay, because you don't want to do anything. But what are you going to do about it? Go make yourself a sandwich. That's what you're going to do about all the bad shit that's happening in the world. Why did they put that movie out called Civil War? I watched that. That was one of the worst movies I ever seen in my life. What the hell? I suggest you don't watch it. Alright, I'm going to wrap things up here. And I apologize that doing whipping chats talking about all this negative stuff, but seriously, it's the fluff I'm really not concerned with. I don't want to know about the grilled cheese sandwiches, and I really don't want to know about the diamond paintings and growing tulips in the frickin' yard. Or I want to know about real things, and that's what I put on my mind. Even though I feel like I'm out of it, I'm just here on my own. I'm not in this, but it is at my door. And I don't know how the hell we can ignore all these issues of the world. Instead of uniting together, you know, they make it about abortion right. Well, if you think you have the right to do that, then go do it. What do you need your government to tell you it's okay for anyway? You know, there will be a way. Just calm the fuck down if that's what it's all about, and you think that's going to make a difference, and you think your vote is going to make a difference. But start thinking. Don't just take all the information and really think about it. Because I don't think your vote matters anyway. All right. I hope your day goes better than mine. Peace out, adorables. God bless America.